Xinjiang, the Chinese region that has long been at the center of ethnic controversy, is now attracting a wave of international investment. Marriott, IHG, and Hilton are racing to build luxury hotels in this most remote western province. Meanwhile, Temasek, Singapore's top investment company, has sent senior executives there for the past 2 years. These investors aren't here out of charity. They're betting on Beijing's own version of a Go West campaign. Over just 3 years, the Chinese government has poured $510.4 billion into Xinjiang, enough to fund roughly 5,600 SpaceX Starship launches. More than 500 major infrastructure projects are now underway across the region. So why Xinjiang matters, and what exactly is China trying to achieve? Open a map, and one thing immediately stands out. Xinjiang sits almost at the geographic center of Eurasia. To its west lie the 80 million people of Central Asia. To its north is Russia, the country that has become increasingly dependent on China. For decades, Beijing didn't see Xinjiang as a strategic priority. The prevailing belief was that wealth comes from the sea. China's megacities, Shanghai, Shenzhen, and Hong Kong, all grew along the coast. Their ports shipped Chinese-made shoes, shirts, and home appliances to consumers across the United States. But shifting U.S. China relations changed the calculation. As access to the U.S. market became less certain, China began looking west, toward Asia and Europe instead. And Xinjiang suddenly found itself at the center of that strategy, serving as China's gateway to Central Asia, the Middle East, and ultimately, Europe. A freight train leaving Xinjiang can reach Europe in about 13 days. The same journey takes at least 40 days by sea. In fact, in 2025 alone, China dispatched nearly 20,000 freight trains to Europe. In 2024, China teamed up with its neighbors, Kyrgyzstan and Uzbekistan, to build the China-Kyrgyzstan-Uzbekistan Railway, a 325-mile rail link starting in Xinjiang. Once completed, it is expected to cut another week off rail shipments between China and Europe. But roads alone don't create trade. Power also matters. And part of the Beijing's $510.4 billion investment has gone into expanding Xinjiang's energy infrastructure. The region is uniquely positioned for that. Xinjiang holds roughly 40% of China's coal reserves, 34% of its oil and natural gas resources, and more than a quarter of its solar energy potential, making it one of the country's most important energy hubs. Over the past 2 years, China's state-owned enterprises have been upgrading ultra-high voltage transmission lines while rapidly expanding large-scale energy storage facilities. The goal is to build an integrated power network, one that can generate electricity, transmit it across the country, supply local industries, and store excess power when demand is low. As a result, Xinjiang now produces some of the cheapest electricity in China. And electricity costing less than 5 cents per kilowatt hour doesn't just keep the lights on. It also powers the massive data centers where Chinese AI companies like ByteDance and DeepSeek train their next generation of large language models. Whoops! China's AI labs may not have unrestricted access to NVIDIA's latest GPU, but they certainly have no shortage of electricity. Other changes are unfolding as well. In 2025, only 9 Chinese provinces recorded positive population growth, and Xinjiang was one of them. The region's total imports and exports surpassed $70 billion, more than triple the figure in 2019. Global hotel brands, including Marriott, IHG, and Conrad, are now opening their first properties across this region, larger than France, Germany, and Italy combined. Well, capital ultimately votes with its feet. New railways, expanding energy infrastructure, and a growing population. It does begin to resemble China's own version of the Westward expansion, doesn't it? For Beijing, this could become the country's next engine of growth. Another milestone in China's transformation from a developing nation into a global superpower. But history rarely moves in only one direction. Just like America's own westward expansion in the 19th century, this grand project is reshaping economy through sheer political will, and of course, it will come with its own massive geopolitical and social trade-offs.